2-minute warning. One minute till countdown. Are you ready? Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to talk some shop? The boss and the box. Talking shop with 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 the boss and the box. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hey, it's good to see everybody. I am super fucking hyper right now. I've had too much sugar. I mean, I've eaten all my goddamn Christmas candy before Thanksgiving. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the boss, and I'm here to welcome you to episode 90 of Talking Shop with the Boss in the Box. And we have a wonderful guest for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and I'm not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, to my right-hand side, my cohort, my partner in crime, my hetero life mate, Mr. Lunchbox himself. Let's have him do the introductions, because that is what we pay him the big bucks for.
Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. As Brandon said, welcome to our 90th, that is 90, episode of Talking Shop with the Boss in the Box. I am one half of your handsome, heavyweight, humble host duo, the Lunchbox, as Brandon alluded to earlier. That is one word, ladies and gentlemen, capital L, capital B. Thank you very much. And as my deadly, deceiving, dastardly, destructive demigod or demon if you desire of dissonance, disaster, and deliberation, he delivers the damn dirt. Brandon Blacker just said, we have a guest tonight, a very special guest. He has been around the Modesto and Central Valley area metal scene for 300-400 years alongside your boy Lunchbox. He has toured the nation with one of his bands. He has delved into graphic design. He has delved into production, both of the audio and visual variety. And he just released his second album for the project Nordic Frost last week ad Inferna. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to episode 90 of Talking Shop with the Boss in the Box, the one and only Brian Lewis.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. We have Brian Lewis from Nordic Frost here. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, and first and foremost, let me say thank you both for having me on tonight. Your remarkably rambunctious, rad and raucous ruckus is really ridiculously righteous and relevant in its rectitude and rhetoric.
Beautiful!
Did I nail it?
That was beautiful. Now Brandon can just learn how to pull that off
Well, you know what,
without
man?
hesitating.
I can barely talk, let alone put words together correctly in a rhyming sequence. So I'll leave that to the professionals, and I'll stay in the minor leagues. Thank you very much. So, hey, man, so how are you keeping yourself entertained through this pandemic apocalypse?
Entertained. Well, I make mead. If you can see that or not.
Black Coven mead. I was gonna get to that, but you know, we can start with what are you drinking? Like,
so that's a thing. That's definitely a thing that's entertaining. It's a process. Other than that, I've been writing music like nonstop, recording music like nonstop, and keeping busy with just fun shenanigans around the house.
So you yourself do not have an OnlyFans like 99% of the world right now, right?
No, I do.
We're the
not.
last bastion, Brian. That's it.
I'm going to be like the final holdout on that.
You think you'll give up before I will?
I don't know. If you could guarantee that I would make some money, then
Hey, man.
Maybe. But
You're in live production, man.
Hey,
Money's
I
guaranteed.
was one of the very last people to leave MySpace for Facebook. Like, it got so bad on MySpace that I was literally talking to myself for about 3 months in the bulletin boards before I decided to change to Facebook.
Just going back through and reading, what did I post last week?
Yes.
Where the fuck is everybody?
Everybody out
got to
there.
be alone with his books?
Well, yeah, I was like a trained monkey, like I am now with the music thing, doing promotion and like setting up shows. Like I was putting up like show flyers, and this show's coming up. Come to this show, and I realized that it was getting viewed by no people, and it was like that for just 2-3 months straight. And I was like, oh, maybe I should change because nobody's here anymore.
Yeah, looking like Facebook's going to be the next MySpace.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. It's getting pretty body and dead.
Well, everyone's going over to that Parler account over there.
Oh, fuck no.
You're not going to join Parler, Brian?
Man, the caliber of people that I see flocking to Parler, it's not my cup of tea.
Woo-wee!
Just call it that.
My cousin, who's also a pig, is on Parler right now, and she is my girlfriend.
And auntie.
What? Hold on. Does Heather know about this? Are you insulting your beautiful, wonderful, lovely, talented, and deadly fiance live on our show?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I was talking in general for people in, the South, the Southeast, the Southwest, mostly just the South.
Just the South.
Oh, that hurts because I know a lot of good people in the South, and most of them aren't on Parler.
Yet.
No, most of them aren't going. Some of them are.
All right, man. So, you talk about your mead. Like, before you get into those details, I would like to say I'm drinking some wonderful Heretic Evil Cousin. It is an awesome, awesome beer, and I just discovered it is a double India Pale Ale, and I am not the most proficient in beer. That is Mr. Lunchbox, but Mr. Lunchbox, what are you drinking today?
Currently, I am drinking on Left Coast Brewing Co.'s Voodoo Stout. Bring that in so you see that. Voodoo Stout. It's an American stout. As the can would read, Voodoo is a full-bodied dark brew that is rich and malty with plenty of roasted barley character. This hearty stout is layered with flavors of roasted barley, chocolate, and coffee, coming from the highest quality imported malts. Its creamy, long-lasting head completes the brew, tempting your taste buds to be spellbound. I don't know about all that, but it is one of my favorite non-flavored stouts. Like, I'm big on the peanut butter, the coffee, the vanilla stouts lately, all the pastry stouts. It's just a good old American stout, man. Just nice, dark, rich, thick, like Guinness, but tastes better.
And our wonderful friend of the show, Mr. Mike Vanek, is drinking an Anchor Steam beer. I don't know what that is.
Good choice, Mike.
He was so happy to find that out there. A little taste of San Francisco and fucking Bristol, Virginia. What are you drinking tonight, Brian?
I am drinking on one of the greatest jazz pianists of all time, Brother Thelonious.
Oh.
It is North Coast Brewing, and it is a Belgian double. I think it's a double or a triple. Whatever the fuck it is, delicious.
Brother Thelonious is good beer, man.
Yes, it is.
So
Really
where do
good
you
beer.
get your
Yep.
beer? Because like, as somebody who is new to the beer game, I'm seeing all sorts of crazy, cool, like ethnic type beers. Like, where do you get your beer?
You said ethnic.
Yeah, me?
Anybody?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking anywhere. I buy at Save Mart. I buy at the little quickie marts. I buy at Bevmo from time to time if I can't find it anywhere else. Sometimes I'll buy it online.
There's
You're which are you in Modesto proper, or are you in one of the millions of subtowns?
No, I'm actually Modesto proper. I am right over by Walmart in Modesto.
There's three
okay,
of them.
so,
Come on.
So you're
not
so you're over.
Yeah. But
The OG.
So you're
Walmart.
over near near
McHenry?
the stabbings and shootings, right? Okay.
Yes. The sirens are a nightly ambiance in my
So
neighborhood.
the other Walmart's over by the prostitutes and pimping, I think.
no,
Right.
that's the series Walmart.
Got it.
Right. Technically, it might as well be a Modesto Walmart, but because it's barely series.
There's a 76 over on McHenry that is really good on craft, and there's also the Beer Cave right around the corner from where we streamed the Bandemic. They've got a pretty slick selection, and then Sharp's Liquor in Modesto is another place I recommend if you've not been there.
For sure. I've heard there's a spot over on 7th Street too, and I can't remember
The
what it's
Market.
called. Yeah.
That place is badass, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been in there
One of
yet,
the
but-
better craft beer selections in Modesto.
Good shit.
That's the place you hear about from your boy. Like, it was one of the guys I was selling beer to who runs a bar in Los Banos was telling me, hey man, you need to go check out the Market. Go tell him Ralph sent you. And lo and behold, dude, he wasn't fucking around. They have a cooler like 30 feet long of just craft.
Jesus.
Now, today, like, the main focus is we're going to talk about Nordic Frost, but, like, you mentioned the mead earlier, and I'm really curious. What is the process like creating mead?
So mead is about as basic of a liquor as you can possibly get. It's honey and water, and then if you want to add anything else to give it more of a fruity palate or nutty or spice or anything like that, you can do that. But the only two things you need are honey and water, and well, I guess three things. Yeast. You have to have yeast.
Otherwise, it just turns
But
into
other
honey
than that,
and water.
Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, it's a long process. You got to sit there and let it do its thing for weeks and months on end, and when you finally get the drinkable product, you're like, I don't know if I like this because it tastes hella good, or if I like this because I spent so much time psyching myself up for it.
I have to like it.
I have no choice. I've got fucking 20 bottles of this shit.
Is that how much you have right now? You just got like 20 bottles just hanging around?
That's about what I have left. Yeah.
Man.
So is it safe to say stocking stuffers are covered for Christmas?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm interested,
Yeah.
man. I want to drink someone's homemade stuff.
So
I'll review your mead.
The stuff that I have sitting next to me here, this is the Kaiser Blood. This one is 9.7%. And
Kaiser
the other,
Blood?
yeah, Kaiser.
Pfizer.
Kaiser. KB.
Oh, Visor. Okay.
There you go.
All right, so let's get into a little bit, because we like to deep dive into some of the history of our guests. Okay, so and these aren't questions that you probably haven't heard before, but like, what made you start the journey of being a musician?
Oh shit. My parents got me an acoustic guitar when I was 12 years old, and just kind of ran with it from there. I had a lot of fun jamming with friends, and eventually got an electric, and then really had a lot more fun jamming with friends, and it was a social thing for me.
What was your very first band? Because like, I started way back in high school, and most of the time high school bands just fucking suck. Like, did you have a really shitty band that you were in until you realized that you can get good?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, the very first project I was fucking, 13, 14 years old? I was probably 14. It was called Heretic. And it wanted so badly to be like a Korn meets Slipknot kind of a fusion thing. And it was nothing like that at all. It was awful. Awful. We had a lot of fun.
Did you wear trip pants?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, dude.
Oh yeah. Somebody did some deep digging before asking that question.
Mike Vanek says he booked your first band.
That was not his first band, but I did want to bring that band up. A little band called Let This Die.
Oh, that's the classic right there. That was the classic.
I didn't know that.
And I think Vanek actually did book Heretic once. I think.
Did he really?
I think so. That was so fucking long ago, though. We only did like 5 or 6 shows.
Well, I mean, the first time I met you was in Let This Die, or as we all referred to you guys back then, Let This Cry. And, you know, you were up there fucking tearing pages out the Bible.
That was a fun band.
So you had a case of the theatrics before, you know, most people even like understood what that was.
I did things a little backwards. I did the theatrics thing before doing the learn how to play your fucking instrument thing. Yeah. And, you know, but...
Dude, I mean, Nothing But Losers, of course I know.
Yeah, but they know how to play.
Hey, you guys...
They didn't back then. Like, dude, back then, Nothing But Losers, Let This Die were like brethren bands. Like, they were usually... It was the coin flip who got thrown on the 1 a.m. slot to see who had to deal with it. Like...
Fuck, I missed the Palm Gardens.
Oh, God, the Palm Gardens is the shit, dude.
So I'm not from the Central Valley, so what the hell is the Palm Gardens? Is it a venue? Is it a, like...
If you want to call it that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's this little dive bar on the corner of 9th and J. And it had a hotel above. You know those shitty bars down in your shitty area of town that have a hotel above them?
Yes.
Where they sell drugs out room number 6? This was that. Now, the difference was they had a separate room for the bar and the kitchen. The kitchen was closed at night, and that's where we played. And it had still had a bar set up, so we still got to crawl that bar and whatnot when we were on stage, as it were. But, and then there was a decent little bar on the other side. And, Brian, how old are you again?
I am 33, and at the time of playing at the Palm Gardens, I was like, it was Let This Die, so like 16?
Yeah, so you and me were sneaking in because I wasn't quite 21 yet through most of the time the Palm Gardens existed.
Vanek says that was his bar.
That was his bar, dude. Dude, but you want to know something? In the kitchen in the morning, they made the best breakfast. Like, I showed up I gave Vanek a ride to go pick up some money or drop off some money. I don't remember which. And dude's over there fucking slapping the grill, like just cooking up fucking omelets and soup and shit just all day. Like, hey man, you want some breakfast? Like we didn't just have a show there till 3 a.m.
Dude, I'm all about it, man. I want to go play a bar that serves breakfast. I've never done that. I've played in my lifetime 300-400 shows, and I've never played a bar that served breakfast.
Well, they didn't serve breakfast during shows. This was the next morning.
Man, I just want to play at Denny's sometime. Like, how cool would that be?
Hey, you know, I would go to that.
I mean...
Well, we already saw Denny's can be a successful show. It's all over Facebook. Like, what the fuck is up, Denny's?
Get your moons over my hammy while, you know, listening to some brutal death metal in the back room.
Right?
I'm in.
I'm all about it.
So you, my friend, are a man of many talents and many trades. So you are in the sound man game. You are in currently the streaming game. You're streaming live bands and stuff like that. You're also a graphic designer and a video engineer. and you're also a consummate musician. Like, how do you balance all of that?
You don't.
I mean, are you like JoJo and you have like 18 kids too? Oh,
2.
That's not even close to JoJo.
I'm like, you sure? I thought you had 3.
Nope, 2. And it's still a hard balance. It really is.
Dude, we both each have 1 apiece, and we know.
But so far so good. We're all surviving, it seems.
Yeah.
So, the band I know you from originally is Etched in Stone. What's going on with Etched in Stone, if anything?
Etched in Stone disbanded in 2017.
You are the worst broadcast journalist in history, Brandon.
There are still posts on Facebook, and I swear to God, it seems active. So I didn't know if the band was on hiatus. I didn't know if I don't know. So I have to ask the question.
I'm not going to say that it's never coming back, because I mean, we still talk. We still have discussions about the things that we kind of left on the writing table that probably should see the light of day at some point.
I'll co-sign that.
I'm not going to say that it's coming anytime soon, but I would like to see it come to fruition personally. Never
say never.
Right.
So,
sorry, my kid found the light switch to the garage, so he keeps flipping it off. Like.
So I have to ask the ultra negative question: what happened in the disbanding?
We ended up having to cancel a slew of dates, and I mean, you cancel one after another. You start to feel kind of down on it, and I'll be real with you, my heart just wasn't in it anymore. I got to a point where it was like I needed to kind of pursue other avenues, other ventures, and I mean, those guys are my fucking brothers. I love them to death. And I even told them, I was like, look, you've got my blessing to continue on with the name, just not with me. And it all kind of came to a close. Was it August of 2017? We played Fresno Death Fest. Fred Tucker was nice enough to have us on that bill, and that was the end of that era.
Well, you got a question, Mr. Lunchbox.
Well, in talking about Etched in Stone, as you know, I was a big fan. Like when you popped out and started hitting flyers in Manteca, and you and me bumped into each other in the parking lot and talked for like an hour, and the excitement was palpable from you. I mean, you had just drove 40 fucking miles more to flyer than to go into the show, and by all means, I'm about it. And we talked about, I was a big Etched in Stone fan. We know that. And of course, you having Aaron was what kind of backdoored me into Losers. Once he announced he was going on tour, I just messaged JoJo and told him I was going to go ahead and sub because Aaron was cool with it, even though I hadn't even asked. And so when Etched in Stone went on tour, the van broke down.
Yeah.
I would like to hear a little bit about that because y'all were stranded in, was it Nebraska?
Oh, man.
Omaha,
Nebraska for
Omaha,
like
Nebraska.
For like 3 days, right?
Did they give you steak?
No. There was a Cracker Barrel around the corner.
Did you attend
it? We went in, we looked at it, but no.
Crusher didn't get nothing to eat from the Cracker Barrel?
Nope. None of us ate Cracker Barrel.
Wait, what?
No, none of us ate Cracker Barrel. But we were already in kind of like a shit mood, having to call the tour off halfway through in New York, and that was our last date of the tour, was in Queens, New York. And then the next morning, we got on the fucking highway, started heading home, and it was right about Omaha, Nebraska that we broke down. And we were stranded in fucking Omaha for like 3 days.
I vaguely remember this, actually.
Now, what stopped you guys? I know that Morbid just called it.
Oh, that tour.
That tour.
That tour.
what stopped you? Like, what made you guys decide, all right, we're not going to finish it out without him?
Pretty much when A Morbid Curiosity did their thing and we're done, the tour manager went with them. That was the end of that. And we could have pressed on and continued doing the dates out of our own fucking pocket, but there was no longer a nightly guarantee at that point. There was no, we get to the venue in the next state, in the next city, and they give us, the guaranteed funds to make the trek. When that goes away and you're coming out of your own pocket, it gets pretty rough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was a part of a band that we did a small tour, or I don't want to really say, I guess it was kind of a tour. We did a small little trek, and the show that we did, it was, we went down south to play a festival, and the festival that we did was so bad, our performance was so terrible that nobody talked to each other on the way home, and by the time we got home, like 3 out of the 5 members quit the band.
Damn.
Was that the only thing they said the whole way home? Was I quit?
There was like echoes of them just kind of like saying, I don't know if my heart is. I don't know if I could do this. This is just bad. And granted, they were newbies to the game. This was their first band. This is like, they're just like, if this is how it is, I don't want to deal with it. I'm done with this.
That was the show on the boat, right?
No. We played some festival with like, oh God, I forget what the fuck their name is. Some very famous post-hardcore band headlined it, but the festival was so terrible. Like,
it was Weekend with Romans.
Thank you. There was 30 to 35 stages that were probably about 10 by 12 that were not even 6 feet apart from each other with their own separate sound systems, with all the bands playing at exactly the same times.
How the fuck does that even work?
What, have you been to the summoning?
Yeah.
That was the last summoning. Like, that was unfucking pleasant, which sounds like exactly what you just went through, Brandon.
Yeah.
So anyway, Etchedinstone breaks down in Omaha, Nebraska.
My point is, I could emphasize with how at least A Morbid Curiosity felt, but I know there was a lot more to that story.
Oh God, that story's great.
We won't get into that though.
No, we gotta have that one for that.
I'll let you ask the members of that band.
Oh God, dude, could you imagine? Like, yeah, we'll bust balls, we'll talk some shit on this show. These are our boys. Like, could you imagine if we did a face-off between Shane Bookwalter and Damian Smith? No, you know what, Rick Chavez, through Skype.
That would not go well.
I'm not putting them in person.
I think my heart stopped a little bit.
That would not go well at all.
Oh God, it would be beautiful TV, dude.
Don't do it.
We won't, but
now
we do gotta have Rick on here, though.
God.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, he was in the new Machine Head video. Yeah,
he was having sex in an orgy scene.
He was indeed.
I have not seen this yet.
Dude, it's a dope ass fucking video, and it's a dope ass fucking song.
It's
Machine Head.
I mean, I got the beanie on as we speak.
Right.
I mean, hey, big shout out to X from Gershok real quick. He just popped up in the chat. I just want to say a quick congratulations to X and the rest of the Gershok boys for making a Metal Sucks article for their cover of Saint Anger by Metallica. I'm sorry, reimagining of Saint Anger from Metallica. Got plenty of praise from Metal Sucks. So our local boys in Gershok making the big headlines. Congrats, guys.
Hey, I gotta say too, I always wanted to know what that song would sound like if it wasn't shit, and they actually made it not shit.
It was good, right?
They did a fucking great job.
Dude, Gershok's badass.
They are.
If that's one thing we can all agree upon here in Northern California, it's that Gershok's pretty badass.
Absolutely.
For sure.
As we're giving shout-outs, we have a shtick that we do every single show. Our number one fan and mascot, Jordan Harrison, demands over and over and over again until she gets a shout-out from our guest. Mr. Brian Lewis, would you please give our Jordan Harrison a shout-out?
Good evening, Jordan.
And there you go, Jordan. There is your shout-out for the night.
She does that. Like, she's always here. Her and Mike Vanek. If we've got two viewers, we know who it is. It's her and Mike Vanek. Every time. So, let's get into what we came to talk about. The brand new Nordic Frost Ad Inferna album. Just barely a week old. It's a new baby. It's a new baby.
So, you released this record through Rebel Pyro?
Rebel
Yes,
Pyro
thank you.
Music.
I had a typo in my notes here. I remember them being around for quite like a decade, if not more. They've released quite a few bands, if I remember that correctly.
So Rebel Pyro Music has been around for a year. Rebel Pyro Management is the entity you're thinking of, and this is what became of Rebel Pyro Management.
So then now, okay, so that they're in the music releasing game now. Good for them. Like, how did you hook up with Rebel Pyro?
So Rebel Pyro is run by a good friend of mine, and I've been hanging out and knowing Anthony for Jesus. It's been since 2006, I think, or 7. But it's been a minute, and he's pretty much the reason that I have any insight into how the industry operates. He's really been like my coach from the beginning of Etched in Stone forward. Okay. So him having his own imprint is fucking exciting, man.
So like, yeah. So what is the end goal here? Because releasing an album in the middle of a pandemic, that's tough cookies for everybody, not just you, but for everybody.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like is your end goal right now? Because the one thing that I've noticed is I feel like there's not enough symphonic black metal in the Central Valley or the Bay Area. So what hurdles do you think you have to go through to get to what you want?
There's a lot of hurdles to jump through, and I'm ready to take most of them on. There's always going to be those 2 or 3 that are going to trip me along the way, and I'm just going to have to get up and push forward. But I think really, especially during a pandemic when everybody's sitting at home, I think content is king. You've got to constantly be posting. You've got to constantly be interacting with your fans. And this is all shit that Anthony's told me for fucking well over a decade. And it hasn't really been like the forefront of my operation, at least as far as I go mentally, until recently. This push for the more recent Nordic Frost stuff is more like I'm trying to be as on the ball with it as I can be.
Like, okay, so obviously Nordic Frost currently as of this moment is just you, correct?
Correct.
Any plans to bring on any live members?
Absolutely. I am chomping at the bit to actually get things moving forward to a live setting.
Are you taking applications?
I am indeed, actually. I've got somebody lined up for bass already, and I've got somebody showing interest in keys. I've got somebody showing interest in drums. It's really just a matter of if we can, A, get everybody together all in the same room and make it happen, pandemic willing, and then if we can actually, see if we have that live chemistry, because that's a very important part, as you both know.
Yeah. I've played with some of the greatest players that either I or them or somebody's just missing that step. There's that connection missing, and that's, I've had the privilege to just sit down and jam with some really good dudes. And in the end, it's like, I can't work with you. Like, and it's not even your physical attitude or any of the problems that arise with dealing with the personality of a musician. It's musically, man, we don't click. Yeah. Like, there's just no click there. Like, you're damn good, but no. Like, it's not going to work for me, dog.
We have a couple listener questions, actually. X from Gershok, he asks, I'm curious to know how many hurdles Nordic Frost would face if money was eliminated from the equation.
If money was completely eliminated from the equation. Much less.
Less.
Yeah.
There'd still be hurdles. There's always going to be hurdles. But, I mean, those are more societal hurdles at that point.
Like, I don't know. Like, if money wasn't an option, like, I would do that cool thing where, like, bands would, like, go make, like, a box truck and, like, a performance truck and just pull up to, like, random places across the United States and just perform to, like, people. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to, like, you know, super spread rallies with my music or anything, but, like...
I am.
Why not? Yeah, exactly.
Super
yes, I
spread
am.
the black metal.
I'm starting a fucking Nordic Frost cult. Let's do this.
All right. Make Nordic Frost great again.
All right, but I'm not.
Okay.
But I'm not shaving my head for this cult.
Let's pump the brakes on that.
Jordan Harrison does ask you, who inspired you to do music?
If I had to put that down to a single individual, that's rough. I think probably my grandfather.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I started playing guitar, like dabbling with it, because he had one that he kept around that he would play every once in a while. And I was always fond of listening to him play it, and I would pick it up. And, you know, I'm a small child at this point. I'm 7, 8 years old, you know, picking up a fucking guitar and fumbling my way through the fucking strings and shit. But I always really, really loved that he could play, and I loved that he was good at it. And so, you know, it's one of those things that when I was 12 and got my own guitar, it's always been an emotional thing for me. It's always been like that's who I am inside.
Is you know, as opposed to a person, is there a certain band that has motivated you through creating music, whether it's Etched in Stone or your early bands or even Nordic Frost?
Jesus. I mean, every project I've been a part of has been like a stepping stone. It's been something that I feel like I learned so much from each of the projects, and it's always one thing that leads into another bigger thing, and then it's another thing that leads into a bigger thing. And I'm really hoping that, you know, at some point in time that bigger thing is international touring and, you know, actually being able to do this worldwide.
Absolutely. So, before we get into viewing some awesome Nordic Frost music videos, Mr. Brian Lewis, do you want to play a game?
What kind of game?
You want to do that first?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So,
I'm switching to Elysian Space Dust.
We have a drinking game that we play. And whenever we have a guest, the game...
Oh, you need to do a reload, Brian.
I need to finish what I got, and then we're doing meat after that.
All right, he's ready.
There it is.
He's ready. Okay, so this game is called Symphonic Black Metal or Not. So I will read names, and you tell me if they're a symphonic black metal band, and if you get it right, we drink. If you get it wrong, you drink. You ready?
Okay.
And we're probably just gonna all drink anyway, so
That's the name of the game. We're all winners here. But just know, you know, our compatriots in Gershok, they have an awesome score. I think they got a near. No, they didn't get a near perfect. That was.
No, Gershok bombed this shit. Nikki Savage owned it.
That's right. The Randy Savages killed this game. But it is customized per guest. So we're doing symphonic black metal or not. So, Mr. Brian Lewis, are you ready for number one?
No, but let's do it.
All right. Dimmu Borgir.
Demure Borgir? Yes. Symphonic black metal. Yes.
What the fuck, Brandon? You weren't even trying.
Hey, I gotta
with
give
that.
everybody a softball every once in a while. Right off first. And for the record, I can't pronounce anything, so I get so many things wrong.
Don't worry, Brian. I will be announcing your song titles. I got your back, dude, because they're not easy.
I think I have a bright future as a teleperson for Comcast. So it's all right. Number 2, Old Man's Child.
Symphonic black metal. Also, the guitarist from Dimmu Borgir's
Absolutely.
project.
There you go. All right, Lunchbox, you want to say number 3, or you want me to keep going?
No, go ahead. I had the live comments pulled up, but yeah. Now go ahead.
All right, so number 3.
I had my question.
Wounded Gorgon.
Not symphonic black metal.
No, indeed. It is not, so we got to keep drinking. You're just going to get us fucked up by the end of this. That's great.
I'm thirsty. Can I just drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. We just drink most of the time. Like, while Gershok was bombing, I was drinking. While fucking the Randy Savages were pulling shit, we just had to keep drinking anyway. Right now, you're on course to tie them. They did a clean sweep. They got 10 out of 10.
All right, number 4, Fortress.
Okay. Specify. Just Fortress or Dark Fortress? Just Fortress. Symphonic metal, I believe there is a band called Fortress. Symphonic black metal, no.
You are absolutely correct. I tried to throw you off. You're good. You're very good. I tried to dig at the bottom, too.
He does symphonic black metal. He's going to be into symphonic black metal.
So.
We should have thrown him some like sideways balls, like wrestler or death metal musician.
Hey, I love black metal. I love symphonic black metal, but in my heart, I'm a hardcore kid, so I would bomb this list myself. So, number 5, Carpathian Hearse.
Carpathian Hearse? That's a negative. Carpathian Forest is a black metal band.
Absolutely.
Symphonic.
Another win for Mr. Brian Lewis himself.
I'm just going to drink for him anyway.
Why not? Okay, number 7, Emperor.
Absolutely.
Lunchbox is pissed.
That's you should have let me know what the drinking game was, so I could have at least tried on this one. like Emperor. I knew who Emperor was when I was 16 years
I'm
old.
trying to do that reverse psychology thing where I give an easy answer and it confuses them to say the wrong answer. So, obviously it's not working. Okay. Number 7, Anorexia Nervosa.
That was number 7. This is number 8, right?
Well, this is number 7 now. Number 6 was before. I said number 7. My bad.
Anorexia Nervosa, I believe, is a symphonic black metal band.
Boom, boom, boom. 7 out of 7.
And an eating disorder.
Yes, it is.
Which clearly neither Brandon nor I have.
Hey, I've lost...
I put on my COVID-20.
You put on your COVID-20? Where? Fuck you.
Oh,
you got a little,
it's
you got a
all
little
in the
bit of
gut.
cheeks, like.
It's all in the gut.
Number 8, Obituary.
They are not symphonic black metal. They are old school death metal.
Absolutely. Wow. All right, number 9, Onslaught.
Onslaught's thrash, isn't it?
It is.
God damn it.
And number 10, Dragon Lord.
I think they're power metal.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a power metal band.
According to Google, they are a symphonic black metal band.
You were thinking
No.
Dragon Force, Brian.
Yep, there it is.
Dragon Lord is definitely a symphonic death metal band.
Symphonic death metal or symphonic black metal?
Black metal.
I'm Googling it.
Google it. He's going to Google it.
And a bonus question, just for fun.
Just for fun.
Abigail Williams.
Absolutely symphonic black metal. Holy shit. They're symphonic black metal and thrash. Their early shit was thrash.
No, it counts.
It counts. It counts.
Did
but
you
Abigail
drink?
Williams is definitely symphonic black, and
But
their keyboardist is out this fucking world.
Did you drink before your Googling? I love that Duff Cup.
I got it from Universal Studios.
I have a couple things from there. I have a crusty shirt. I want to go back. I took pictures of the Quickie Mart in Modesto today. Have you been there yet?
I haven't.
It's just the outside.
Oh.
But they have a lot of sick shit, and dude was happy I showed up, and I pulled out my Homer tattoo and was like, dude, you know why I'm here. And he's like, dude, thanks for coming. He's all, I want to put that on the window now.
So here's the thing. I feel like it needs to be ran by a poo.
Yes.
I feel like the person behind the counter needs to be a poo. If it's not, it doesn't work for me.
Like it needs to be the actual, like the closest representation you could get to Apu.
Yes.
And then now, are you going to have a Sanjay there for, the occasional break?
Sure.
I was going to say, you want to get into Simpsons lore with me, I'll go. I'll go down the rabbit hole, dude.
I don't even try.
I got to ask you this, and not to veer off. I have to ask, though. I'm assuming when you were at Universal and you were participating in Simpsons World, you did try the Duff beer, right?
Now, get this. When I went to it, they had just opened a Simpsons exhibit. It was not the whole Springfield. I have still not been to Universal Studios since they actually opened up Springfield. So when I went, it was just the Simpsons ride, and then the one store where if you walked in on one side, it was the Quickie Mart, and the other was Moe's Tavern. So I have not gotten to try the Duff beer. I did get a giant donut. I did buy a crusty shirt. I did go on the Simpsons ride, which was really good. For a simulator, I mean, simulators are cool and all, but I wanted a roller coaster where I was like getting bombarded with fucking yellow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The simulator was fun, and what was really cool was me and my best friend, JBD, who we went for his birthday. He gets nauseous on simulators. So he's over here trying hard as fuck not to hurl, trying to hold it together. And we were in the front two seats, and in the back seat, which is like a 5-row, there was a family, and one of them was like a 16 and pregnant star, and she almost vomited 3 or 4 times. And Sean was like, dude, if she throws up, I'm throwing up. And as opposed to the normal, like, I don't want to vomit, like, we were like, dude, this would be so awesome. Like, if the whole family and us just vomit on this Simpsons ride on your fucking 26th birthday. Like, this would be the best birthday ever.
I was injured on the Tower of Terror.
What?
Yeah. So I had no idea at that time that the Tower of Terror did that thing where it goes up and it drops and it goes up and it drops and it goes up and it drops. I literally thought, my first time going on it, that it just goes up and it drops you and you're done. Okay? I was sitting with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and I put my arm around her, and she was sitting against the end of the row, and there was some metal grating across the side. And I put my fingers through that grating, I was feeling casual, like, all right, cool, it's going to happen, it's going to drop. and did the whole Twilight Zone thing, and welcome to the Twilight Zone. And then it dropped, and I was like, oh, shit, okay. All right, I'm like, all right, cool, that was it. And then it flung me back up, and my fingers are still in this grating this whole time. So it's going up, it's going down, it's doing its thing. By the time it was done, I had felt my arm just be completely warm. And there was just, I look at it and it's covered in blood. My arm is bloody as fuck. My ex-girlfriend's t-shirt has blood all over the back of it. So the grating dug into my fingers and my wrist and just mashed me up. So yeah, that was my Disneyland experience. I mean, not to take away from the Universal Studios experience, but
Right, we're talking Simpsons here. What the fuck?
I was thinking theme park, so I was like,
that actually was a badass story, dude.
So I remember coming out and because all the Disney people have to be in character when they're there. So the dude in his like bellhop outfit for the Tower of Terror was like, "Did you have a deathly good time?" And I was like, "What do you think?" And he goes, "Oh shit." He totally broke character. He's like, "Let me take you to medical." So he took me to medical and patched me up. But it was that's.
Hey Brian, I see you're getting challenged in the chat there with
oh, this is great.
Cultus Ferox.
This is great.
So you're guessing atmospheric black metal, not symphonic?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess atmospheric.
What's the difference?
Okay, so symphonic black metal denotes that there is a keyboardist or an orchestra providing orchestral compositions, whereas atmospheric is more like, okay, you've got like wind noises and you've got like some ambience that goes along with the track. Like, that's cool. It's fucking badass when done right, and I blend a lot of it in with my own shit. But symphonic specifically denotes symphony elements.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Speaking of, symphonic elements, let's talk about one of the songs that we're going to show here tonight. Let's talk about Novus Golgotha.
I was going to do all the fucking introductions, Brandon.
I figured I could say this one. Did I say this one right?
You didn't. You
Golgotha.
know? Novus Golgotha.
Oh, now you say it after he says it, you fucking poser.
No, fuck that. You know I would have got that right. Golgotha is the hill that Jesus was crucified on.
Correct.
Ooh,
See,
Brandon.
I don't know that shit.
More black metal than me.
I don't know that shit.
I was raised in the church. I know all that shit.
I'm a hardcore kid. I'll just
which
beat
one?
people up in the pit.
Wait, whoa! Which church?
Calvary Chapel.
Calvary, like non-denominational, Methodist?
Non-denominational.
Okay. I was raised in Baptist churches.
Ouch.
No, dude. All right, you've watched me perform, you've watched me speak, you've watched me do all of it. Tell me you don't see a little Baptist minister in me.
For sure.
Oh, I can see that aspect of it. I can definitely see that aspect of it.
A little bit of that pulpit bang.
I'm just saying from a vehemently anti-theistic perspective.
So, no, but right now we're talking about where the presentation came from.
Right. The presentation.
Where the lore came from.
Absolutely. I can see that.
I mean, dude, tell me, as someone raised in the church, that you could not write the most brutal death metal song about the Battle of Jericho. The walls fell flat and they killed everyone.
I could definitely run with that.
I'm just saying.
The wheels are spinning now, you know.
All right, cool. I'll drum that track. Just saying.
For sure.
All right.
I would love to see you try to drum his tracks.
Done.
Okay.
I might lose some weight while I'm at it.
So
we got some slow tracks that hit like 180 BPM. It's good.
Your faith in me, your lack of faith in me hurts right now.
All right, this is getting awkward, so let's get back to the thing at hand. So, I I don't know if you already got into it a little bit, but tell us about that track. What's the meaning behind that?
So Novus Golgotha is the whole album of Ad Inferno is kind of like a concept, if you will. It's pretty much an allegorical story of the reclaiming of the throne and unseating of the tyrant in power. That can be taken loosely as God, that can be taken as Trump if you want it to be taken as such, that can be taken as any oppressed people standing up for themselves and saying enough is a fucking enough, and if it means bloodshed, then so fucking be it. Novus Golgotha is the rebirth, the new Hill of Skulls, where instead of it being the Hill of Skulls on which Christ was crucified, it's more of the Hill of Skulls in which it is now a celestial graveyard, so to speak. The picture painted is a legion of angels slaughtered mercilessly on the pathway to the ancestral throne, so to speak.
So essentially, you put a lot of thought into that.
I try to do that with pretty much all the Nordic Frost material.
And it shows. It absolutely shows. And I would be damned if any black metal, symphonic black metal, whatever you want to call them, like, there's a lot of thought that goes into all of them. Like, they're damn near stories at any given time.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's take a quick break and check out this track from Brian Lewis and Nordic Frost. This is Lunchbox.
I was going to see if you could pull it off. This is Novus Golgotha from Nordic Frost, and you're hearing it at barely 2 weeks old on episode 90 of Talking Shop with the Boss.
was so nice hearing that song when it wasn't off of a phone after a show.
Thank you.
The lyric video was sick, man. Like, you did all that work?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So we were actually getting a lot of chatter in the chat, so to speak. And Mr. X from Gershok does ask, asks about Empyrean Throne being a design client of yours, and asks about M Theory Audio. Can you give us a little bit about that?
So M Theory Audio is a record label that I have been fortunate enough to work for about 3 years now. It all kind of started with doing design work for the Bay Area's Cultural Warfare, a badass thrash metal band. And I've been doing stuff for Billy for years and years, and he kind of put me in touch with Marco from M Theory Audio, and I've been doing pretty much everything that comes across my desk from M Theory since. It's been about 3 years, and all of their artists, whether it be advertisements that go out to Decibel Magazine or Metal Hammer or just online ads for Blast Beat Network or whatever you have, those all come across my desk. And then on top of that, there's also the actual album layouts. I would say conservatively about 60% of those layouts come across my desk. Virtually all of them do for the legals and for the UPC and spine placement and all that fun jazz, making sure they fit the right templates for print. But about 60% of them do come through my desk for actual layout design.
Dude, that's super cool. Like, how does that work? Like, do they have you on retainer? Is it per item?
So instead of doing the way that I do with my normal client base, which is I do my deposit up front and then I do the remainder upon project completion, and it is per project. With M Theory, because I get such a volume of work from them, I do a monthly invoicing.
Oh, wonderful.
So it pretty much it tallies up on, how many ads did I have to do this month, how many layouts did I have to do this month, and then they get invoiced for that. But it doesn't make sense to do a piece by piece when I've got 20 to 25 different projects on my desk at any given time.
Hey, I mean, you have done the logo for Suburban Paranoia as well. So I'm pretty sure you've, at least in Northern California,
You did ours too.
Mid to Northern California, you've probably have done everybody's logos.
I definitely haven't done everybody.
But like I said, you did both of ours.
I have touched a lot of logos, and I would like to retouch a lot of logos that I've done over the years too.
Well, I'm always open to that. But subsequently, like, I'm sure you talk to so many people and you've had so many clients over the years, whether it's M Audio or just Joe Blow from shitty death metal band in the sticks. Like, can you?
He means my man, Brian. Brian.
Can you tell us about any? You don't have to give names if you don't want to, but can you give us a story about a client that you worked with that was just terrible to work with, or like the experience that you had was awful?
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew you'd be like, yeah, I got some terrible stories for you.
I'm not one to shovel dirt. I'm not that kind of guy, so I'm not going to name names. But I am going to say that there's a client that I did a lot of show flyers for a solid year and a half, 2 years. I was doing every show flyer this guy did, and he's a DJ, but constantly bringing me work, constantly paying me to do these flyers for him. That's awesome. And
I'm glad you say he's a DJ, because I was scared it was going to be Mike Bannock.
No, but I did a slew of flyers all in one fell swoop for him. He wanted 5 flyers. I'm cheap as shit when it comes to designing show flyers. It's $20 a pop. That's $100. I sent him the invoice in November. Last November.
Oh.
Still haven't paid you?
Oh, I haven't seen a fucking dime.
I've seen this from like other like designers and things like that, where now everybody's just kind of doing the tattooist thing, where you got to throw a deposit down. Whether if it's a $20 invoice, you got to throw down $10.
I've been burned roughly 5 times in the 13 years I've been doing this, so it's not that bad, but it has kind of pushed me to a point where I don't touch shit without a deposit now.
That's the fucking way to do it, man.
The only way.
Okay, so like from the design world, you've also done sound engineering, live sound engineering. Like, can you tell us some like notable bands that you've done sound for, or been a part of the process?
Have you ever heard of Morris Day and the Motherfucking Time?
Yeah,
And
man.
the motherfucking time.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we were blessed enough to actually get to do sound for Morris Day and the Time at a Stockton Jazz Festival.
So cool.
It was a blast, and that dude is full of him fucking self.
Jay.
Which one, Morris Day?
Juicy is badass.
Jay and Silent Bob, they love us. Everybody loves us. We're fucking Morris Day at the time.
Did you ever say an unkind word about the motherfucking time?
Lyrics were handed down from God and delivered to the greatest band ever. Morris Day and the motherfucking time.
So the one thing I
OEO.
personally remember about you doing sound was you were doing sound at X-Fest. I believe, what was that, Stockton that we were at? And you did it for Suicidal Tendencies. What was that experience like?
Yep. Well, I wasn't doing the sound.
Okay.
I was just a stagehand at that one.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
But
it was still a
I just
blast.
remember that because I was like, oh shit, he was there. I was there. All right, that's what's up.
Right?
I was there.
Yep.
Fucking Bo Snap on drums. It was a good show.
I just remember looking up and going, no way, he's playing drums.
That was my favorite X Fest ever, dude. Like, I know a lot of people were like, oh my God, it's not very well attended. It's not. Dude, I didn't give a shit. It wasn't in the fucking 150-degree streets of Modesto. There were trees and grass, and there were only like 5,000 people versus 20 drunk idiots. It was awesome.
I really, really, really wish that kind of culture, that kind of show would have continued. Not necessarily X-Fest, but there are plenty of fucking people that are in the scene that are capable of making it happen, that I feel like it's fucking stupid that we're this many years without it and haven't done anything big since. Like, we need to do something. Everybody needs to get off their asses and find a way to throw it together and make it work.
Pandemic willing.
I agree.
Oh yeah, no, we have to wait until obviously all this fucking shit blows over and there's no infection rate and yada yada.
But now is the
without a
time to
mask.
plan.
But yeah, now is definitely the time to plan and make it solidified.
We should buy the Fat Cat.
Hear me out.
All right, here.
All right, I'm gonna hear you. Wait, hang on. Would you?
I know you saw the post.
I did, and I'm having my wife hand me a beer for this discussion. I have a feeling I'm gonna need it.
So there's got to be 500 people at least that want to see the Fat Cat come back as a fucking music venue. There has to be. So when you think about that, if you split $1.8 million between 500 people, what does that come out to?
What'd you say? 3,600?
$3,600. You save up all your fucking paychecks. You put like $50 aside or $100 aside every paycheck. You have that before you know it.
36 weeks at 100. Or, I'm sorry, 64 weeks. It'd be about a year.
Right. A year is not shit when you're making a $1.8 million purchase and bringing fucking live music back to Modesto finally.
the things I would do to have a fat cat open again. I'm not saying I'm opposed. I'm just saying, do you trust 498 other motherfuckers to show up with $3,600 a year
Nope.
from today?
Nope, because people are not dedicated with their wallets. Release a new album, and you realize really quick that people are not dedicated with their wallets.
Ouch!
No, he's absolutely right.
Hey,
I know, he just released a new album.
there are a lot of people that have purchased. There are a lot of people that have really like shown the love, and I am so fucking appreciative of everybody that has purchased, whether it be digital or physical or merch. That response has been fucking outstanding. But it's insane to me how many people will sit there and fucking be like, I fucking love this band. Well, do you? Because if you're streaming me on Spotify, that's not helping me.
Yeah, they say something around 1,000 to 2,000 streams, you make like a buck or two.
10,000 streams makes you 3 cents.
3 cents.
3 cents. 3 fucking coppers. 10,000 streams.
That ain't shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but, and again, not to digress, but Spotify is now offering this new option. Anthony actually just shared this with me the other day, that you can now forego royalty payment for them to put you in more preferred playlists on Spotify.
Oh shit! Really? So don't
like they pay royalties anyway.
Yeah, I ran into some issues with Spotify. Some things I didn't know beforehand that I know now. That if you want to get put on playlists, most distributors, you can't get put on a Spotify playlist unless you indicate you want to be on a playlist before your release comes out. So if you already released your shit, you're SOL. So, yeah,
Yep.
So it's a pain in the ass. I mean, now it's just kind of the norm. So if you have a band, you got to put your music on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever the case. But yeah, fuck, man, 10,000 streams for 3 cents or so.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, it is what it is. There's not really shit anybody can do about it until fucking legislators come up with the right fucking legalese to really present it to the industry like, y'all are fucking your artists and y'all need to stop.
Yeah, like even before the pandemic, the real money is in touring. Absolutely.
And there's no money in that either.
No, not unless you're touring with a much bigger act that had a buy-on. And in that case, the buy-on probably ate all your profit anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh yeah.
Damn, this is into a depressing show.
Hey, you know what? Let's play another game. You down for another game? We've been doing this thing.
I am indeed.
We've been doing this thing the last couple shows where we like to bring a very elementary, family fun game, and we like to turn it into something just a little bit more. We like to play Mad Libs. Do you know what a Mad Lib is?
I'm vaguely familiar.
Okay, so for those of you in the chat who don't know what a Mad Lib is, basically it is a story, and the story has holes in it. And we're going to fill in the holes with words. So I'm going to give you some elementary terms to insert words, and then we're going to make a story. But in this case, for every plural noun, every adjective, every adverb, and every verb, it's got to be something dealing with metal, heavy metal, black metal, death metal, etc. So we're going to challenge you a little bit, but we're going to make one crazy-ass story involving heavy metal words. You ready to give this a shot? In Lunchbox, you can play...
I am.
Lunchbox, you can play too because you don't have the sheet in front of you. All right, so
then do you want to say, okay, this one box go
absolutely.
that one?
That way we don't
All
spend 25 minutes doing a Mad Lib. So all right, so check it out. The story title you have to melt into your mind. is a weather report. Now let's try to make this the most black metal report we can, shall we? So,
really quick. I'm getting really like glitchy here.
No, dude, everybody looks 8-bit to me right now.
Okay, so I'm not the only one then.
No, it looks shitty. It sounds okay though.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as it sounds okay.
It will correct
dude,
itself.
it looks shitty. Look it up.
It will correct itself. All right, so starting off, Mr. Brian, I need a plural noun from you, and that is a person, place, or thing, more than one.
Fuck it, Celestials.
Okay. All right, Mr. Lunchbox, give me a number. Let's keep it metal now.
Give you a what and keep it metal?
Number.
666.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Brian, give us an adjective, a describing word.
I got.
Give us a heavy metal describing word.
Fucking. Does fucking count?
I didn't hear what you said.
Fucking.
Fucking. No, that. Can you describe somebody as fucking? I guess you can, huh? That fucking guy, that fucking girl, it's fucking all over the place. Yeah, I'll count it. All right. Lunchbox, give me an adjective. The soothing sounds of the video.
Blood splattered.
Blood splattered. All right, I love it. All right. An adverb, Mr. Brian. That is something ending in ly.
Vehemently.
I like that.
Perfect. Lunchbox. Heavy metal adjective. And while you're thinking, everybody in the chat, give me 2 geographical locations. I need 2. Everybody in the chat, geographical locations.
Adjective is describing a noun, right?
Just a describing word, like somebody is fat, somebody is smelly, somebody is...
It's a hyphenated word. It's jizz covered.
Oh, this is great. Okay.
Well, this went grindcore real fucking quick.
You said let's keep it metal as we can.
All right. Oh, shit. All right. I'm going to need... I have a whole bunch of adjectives coming up. So you hear me repeat myself a lot. So, Mr. Brian, give me an adjective.
Damned.
Ooh, yes. Remember, people in the chat, I need 2 geographical locations. Contribute to our death metal, black metal, Mad Lib. All right, Lunchbox, give me an adjective. We're almost done, by the way.
Burnt.
Burnt. Ooh, I love it. All right. Another adjective. It's a whole bunch of them.
Decayed.
Ooh. I absolutely love the thought going into this. Mr. Lunchbox, another adjective.
Honey, what you got for an adjective? I'm tagging in my wife on this one. Keep it metal.
That's where I'm struggling. Very different than the words I was using.
All right, for geographical locations, Jordan has given us Germany. I like it. And X from Gershok has given your mom's basement. I like that too.
My wife has went with infected.
Oh yes. Infected. All right, Mr. Brian, give us a plural noun. Person, place, or thing, more than one.
Damn, I wanted a plural noun so bad.
Cunt.
Yes. Great. Lunchbox, article of clothing.
What?
An article of clothing.
Bras. Let's go with our favorite.
All right.
Or least favorite, depending on how
And
you look at
last
it.
one. Brian, give me an article of clothing.
Pantaloons.
Oh, dude, we were on a fucking wavelength right there. I was telepathically sending you that shit.
All right, our esteemed guest, Mr. Lunchbox, and our awesome chat of individuals. Ready to hear the most metal weather report ever? All right.
Yes.
Good evening, ladies and celestials. Let's take a look at the weather picture. Right now, the temperature is 666 degrees. And there are fucking winds coming from the west. However, according to a report just received, a blood-splattered front is from Canada. This vehemently moving mass of jizz-covered air I gotta take a drink on that. Is headed for Germany. And should result in a area over your mom's basement. Exceedingly by early morning. Tomorrow, we can expect temperatures in the decayed 40s. Oh, that's perfect. Also, it will generally be burnt and infected with a chance of scattered cunts near the coast.
That sounds about like California this summer.
If you are going out, be sure to wear your bras and a heavier pantaloons just in case. This is your heavy metal, death metal weather report by Brandon the Boss Blacker on Talking Shop with the Boss and the Box. Thank you very much.
Apparently we do the weather now.
That was fucking perfect, guys. Great job, everybody.
Oh my God.
That was amazing.
Oh, dude, as soon as you said that second article of clothing, I was praying for pantaloons.
I don't know. I was pretty excited about jizz-covered winds going towards Germany.
Oh, that was so fucking perfect.
Just covered winds going towards Germany. That'll teach you to start a world war.
If there was ever to be a Rammstein meets Cannibal Corpse supergroup, that would be the lyrics.
Or the band name.
Just covered wind.
Speaking of supergroup, I asked one of our previous guests, Aaron Moore from Fanaron and all his other projects that he does, I I asked him the question. I'm going to ask you this same question before we get to the music video of the hour. If you had to pick a super group for Nordic Frost, who would be in your group?
A super group?
Super group.
Ooh, okay. So I got to choose Simon, ICS Vortex on bass. That dude is Demi Borgir famous, and he has the most amazing operatic clean voice I've ever heard out of a dude. So that's pick number one. Pick number two, not to be super cliche and go with what everybody's going to choose, but I got to choose Hellhammer on drums. Dude's a fucking beast. Guitar-wise? Oh, that's rough. Am I allowed to resurrect the dead?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
I am?
Yes.
Okay. Hear me out. I want Dimebag Daryl,
Ooh.
but only if he lets me pick his guitar tone.
Oh.
And probably Galder, honestly, from Demi Borgir.
Ooh, okay. That seems that's perfect.
And then keys. I'm not sure who the cat's name is that plays keys in Abigail Williams, but that would be my first choice. And if I couldn't get that person to play keys, then it would be Kristen Randall from When's the Plague.
Perfect. That's a badass lineup. Now, can you afford them?
That would be my super
Now,
group.
can you afford them? That's the real question.
No, fuck no. I couldn't afford fucking one of those people.
Okay, so we have, the music video of the hour just came out like within the last week, right? A few days ago. Enlightenment and Obsolescence. Did I say that?
Is about 3 weeks old,
damn
actually.
it. I'm getting my music videos mixed up.
It was the first single.
Okay. So, why did you choose this video to be a music video as opposed to the other one that is a lyric video?
So I'd done the lyric video thing plenty of times before, and I had done visualizers where it's like, here's the album artwork, and here's, the wavelength you can see bouncing around to the music and info about the album and whatnot. And I have always wanted to shoot a music video. I've always wanted to actually do the damn thing with Nordic Frost. We did one in Etched in Stone, and it was cool. It was a lot of fun, but it's really hard to do when it's just one fucking dude. So that was an interesting feat, to say the least. But I'm overall happy with how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty fucking decent for what it is.
Do you want to give away the secrets on how you made that video?
Yeah, I made the whole fucking thing on my iPhone.
Well, where did you film the woodland scenes?
So the forest scenes are actually on the train tour through Mount Herman. I think it was Mount Herman up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. It was literally just like 2 or 3 days before that whole mountain range was on fucking fire in these last bout of California fires. So the footage that I got is not going to be got again.
Whoa.
Everything's fucking burnt to a crisp. And I really debated on whether I wanted to go back up and film some more after shots now that it was burned down.
Burnt.
And I was like, well, yeah, but then I got to drive all the way the fuck back out there again. So I ended up not doing that. But yeah, there's some shit in the video that you're probably never going to see again.
Dude, that has to have a very special place in your heart, I guess, just because I can't even vocalize that. Wow, you literally just saw, or not saw, but got the latest shots of a forest before it got burned down. That's crazy.
I got to be in one of the most peaceful and serene places on the planet. I got to enjoy nature for what it really is. And then I got to really absorb and imbibe that before it was taken from everybody. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I got to have that experience. And, you know, that's the thing with pine forests is they rely on fire to grow. So it'll be back. It just might be 30, 40 years from now.
So, same question like I asked for the other one. What is the idea between enlightenment and obsolescence? I hope I'm saying that right.
So
you got it right.
Yeah, you did. So the idea with enlightenment and obsolescence is it's the philosophical idea that you don't really know yourself until you're yesterday's news. And that was kind of the mindset that I was in while writing that track, while writing this album, really, was that what's happened has happened, and this is trying to push forward through the embers of what once was. And so enlightenment and obsolescence is all about that shedding of the wings, so to speak, that Luciferian, I'm done with what I once was and trying to push forward into some new territory.
Okay. Wow. That's deep. I was expecting deep though, like you know, talking to anybody who makes any type of black metal, you know, you're not really going to get just like one sentence kind of answer with their song titles. I don't care who it is.
I'm pretty sure I did say at some point in time that I would be fumbling my way through this like a geriatric politician, and I hope I'm holding true to that.
No, actually, you've done a much better job than you projected.
Yeah, we've interviewed pro wrestlers that can barely talk.
Just one.
Okay, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's check out this wonderful music video filmed in a now burnt Santa Cruz forest, I believe, out there. So this is Enlightenment and Obsolescence. Let's check it out, people.
Probably say some parting words and be done.
Fuck yeah, dude. You did that whole thing on a goddamn iPhone, man. Like, wow. Like, I mean, I feel it. I kind of did most of the video that I've done with my own band just from my phone and stuff like that. But, like, that is professional as fuck from an iPhone. It's so cool.
Thank you.
So, as we were listening to that, I was responding to some things in the chat. And so I had mentioned that it's like, oh, well, sorry for the slowdown, because I guess they were dealing with some latency problems from YouTube. I was like, well, sorry, YouTube is a little sketchy. Unfortunately, we can't do this on Facebook because we're not allowed to show music videos on Facebook anymore on live streams. And it got deleted. YouTube came in and deleted that shit. I was like, whoa, talk about censorship to the max, man. That's nuts.
That's odd. I'm in the YouTube video right now, and it's playing the music video.
Yeah. So it didn't actually mute the video or anything. It just muted. It just deleted my comment. And you were muted, Lunchbox, by the way. I saw you try to talk a minute ago, and your audio was off. So,
my bad. I thought I took that off.
But man, like, you know, you have a new album, you know, Ad Inferna, and bro, where can everybody find that album?
Okay, so the first and foremost, the primary source is always going to be Bandcamp. I will do everything in my power to make sure that Bandcamp remains at the forefront of what I do, just because it's artist-centric, artist first. I love the shit out of Bandcamp's platform. I love the shit out of how they deliver music to people, and they give you the option of Lunchbox, you dropped your beer.
I noticed.
But I do love the shit out of the fact that they give the purchaser the option, if physical is available, to buy a physical directly from the band. I love that. And this is one thing that I am kind of actually battling with at the moment, is because I don't have any physical stock because it's all going through Rebel Pyro Music. And I've got so many people hitting me up all the time like, hey, can I just meet up with you, you know, at some point in time in Modesto and give you some
grab
cash
a CD at Walmart?
grab a CD. And I can't do it that way because I don't get any of the physical stock. It all goes to the label. But because Bandcamp allows labels to tie in with artist pages, I've now got the ability to say, hey, you can go to Nordic Frost's Bandcamp page and buy the physical CD just like that. And they're still going to get it shipped as soon as it comes in, all that fun jazz. So, no, absolutely, Bandcamp is the 100% first market. It will be, as soon as CD Baby and Apple Music and Spotify work out all their shit, it will be available on those platforms too, because you kind of have to be this day and age. But I'm anticipating that'll probably be this upcoming Friday. It was supposed to be this last Friday, but COVID has not only delayed the shipping of physical CDs, it's also delayed people doing their jobs and putting things into digital marketplaces. So I don't know how that works. I don't know why that works that way, but it will be available on all platforms. I want to.
Well, hell yeah, man! If you haven't already, go. It's nordicfrost.bandcamp.com.
Yep. nordicfrostmusic.bandcamp.com.
Pick up your digital or wait for your physical copy of Ad Inferna.
And I do actually want to take a second to reply to Shane. I did catch in the comments. Physicals are projected to be in. They were supposed to be in on Friday, and again, COVID. So they should be in between Monday and Wednesday, at which point they will ship out immediately.
All right.
So I would say Wednesday at the latest will be when they ship out, and in California, shipping from Stockton to Modesto can't be more than 2 days.
No, I don't think so. So